The morning after, the movies.
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine! Ah!
Uncensored, spoiler-filled movie reviews and fun only available at xrock.com.
I'm gonna scissor kick you in the back of the head.
Movie time.
Hey, buddy, ever heard of a line?
Hey, have you ever been dragged to the sidewalk and beat until you pissed blood?
Starts now.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
Completely unrelated, but have you guys seen the viral video of Steven Seagal running like a girl? Somebody has super cut it all together of him running. It's comical, highly comical. Welcome to the Morning After the Movies podcast number 5. I'm Nick, that's Big J. Randy's over there in his cute little hat, and here we are broadcasting live from the X-Rock studio because we saw a movie last night called Two Guns.
Go! Everybody sit down on the floor. Fire in the hole!
Stars Denzel Washington, Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark, he'll be referred to from this point forward. And overall, we had a chance to go see the movie a little bit early last night. We appreciate that. Your thoughts on the movie Radio's Big J?
Let's see here. I think my first thing on it is that whenever I go see a movie, how I judge really how much I like it is what am I doing during the movie? Am I thinking about the movie? Am I kind of just lost in it? Or am I thinking about other things? So during this movie, I was like, God, I really wish I could watch The Mexican.
You thought
Brad
about The
Pitt.
Mexican?
Yeah, I was like, this movie reminds me of that. And then I was like, oh, man, I think I could write a better script than this. That's what I was thinking. So I didn't really get caught up in the movie like I wanted to. I had high expectations for it. I thought that Bill Paxton, Denzel, and Marky Mark all did tremendous. I think that their acting skills were great. And Bill Paxton's character was awesome.
Where's the money? It ain't down there, I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
He was terrifying. Like, if he had a chance to actually been in a story that was well written and not a Steven Soderbergh ripoff, I think that it would have been awesome. He would have gotten some awards for it because he had some terrifying moments, I thought. And I like the soundtrack. You know, it tried to be kind of like a cool vibe kind of movie.
There must be some kind of way out of here.
You got 24 hours to bring me the money.
Send the Joker to the thief.
Like I said, like I just was picturing a Steven Soderbergh movie. You know, like they were really attempting to try to get that kind of thing with the movie. But the go-between between Marky Mark and Denzel was great. I think that their dialogue was pretty good.
You want him? Come get him.
Oh, man! What was uncalled for?
Give me the keys.
Saw that move coming?
That's correct. Give me the keys.
I think that a lot of that was probably ad-libbed on Marky Mark's part. He just seems to flow so well. So that saved the movie from being a complete disaster for me.
Randy, what are your thoughts on the movie?
I kind of agree with that. My problem is anything that Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington do, I'm already an instant fan of. So watching it, I already instantly think it's cooler than it probably already is, and so I'm becoming a fan as it goes on. I liked the action. I thought like some of the funny scenes were pretty. Adding the comedy in was cool.
I mean, I'm capable of coming up with a
I'm not saying
plan.
you're not capable. I'm just saying you haven't told me. What is it?
I'm working on it. Yeah, screw it.
What's your plan?
No one expected. You should have seen your face.
But a lot of the like special effects stuff, man, like threw me way off. Like there's things
Like
that
what?
just
What do you?
like the nighttime gunfire, like how the guns would light up. It was just so blatantly obvious that it was how they did put it together. I think one of those desert scenes, like you could totally tell it was like a green screen thing in the background. Just one of the shots you could really.
You're talking about the driving scene, like the chase scene.
Well,
between
that
the two
was one of them too. But no, there was just one where they're outside of the car just talking, having a conversation, which you could just tell that it was a green screen when they could have just been out in the desert shooting that, and made it look a little more lifelike. But so there was just stuff that threw me off with the effects, and I was just like, wow, it's for a big movie like that, it should have been cleaner.
I'm kind of on the same page as you guys. The movie's fine. It's a fine movie. There's nothing inherently terrible with it, and there's nothing amazingly awesome about it. It's just kind of those middle-of-the-road, really, really cool movies that you're happy that you see. I don't know if I would recommend that everybody run out and go see the movie, but I didn't find anything wrong with it. The chemistry between Mark and Denzel was great, but I just think that's the way they are.
What'd I ever do to you besides shoot me?
I think Denzel Washington takes it. I mean, if anybody else were in this movie, it'd probably be pretty bad.
Oh, it'd be awful.
But the fact that Denzel is such a great actor, and even the early on scenes are really, really good when they're kind of establishing their characters. It's well done.
You ever heard the saying, never rob a bank across from a diner that has the best donuts in 3 counties?
That's not a saying.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. I get what
Never
you're
heard
saying,
it. Maybe you
but it's
never
not
heard
a saying.
It is a saying.
Okay.
It's a saying now.
And I thought it was really well acted all the way around. I mean, Edward James Olmos was good. Bill Paxton was good. That chick, Paula Patton, that's in this movie is amazingly gorgeous. I couldn't place while I was watching it where she was from, and then I realized when I got home it was Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
Yeah.
That's where I recognized her from. But she's hot and she's naked in it. I can't bitch about that. So overall, I mean, it was an okay movie, but I don't think it really blew me away like, oh, this is awesome. I have to see it again kind of a thing.
On the count of 3, we'll let each other go.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Now you're making me not be able to trust you.
So how many sticks of butter do you give it, Radios Big J?
I'm going to just give it 2.
2 sticks of butter. Randy?
Man, I'm still gonna give it like 3.
You give it 4.
3? Mm-hmm. I love how every time we ask you, you're surprised. Like, you don't know what's coming. Like,
No, I don't think
you
about
haven't
it.
made up your mind about how many sticks of butter you're
It's on the
gonna
spot, man.
I'm going to go 2.5. Middle of the road. It's a solid movie. I wouldn't go over. I won't go under. That's just the way it is. And, again, I would say not a bad movie to check out when you're at home and you want to Redbox it or Netflix it or whatever the case may be. But I don't know, shelling out, $30 for a date night might be a bit much for this.
Yeah, when you think about some of the movies we've seen this summer, I would rather go see Pacific Rim a third and fourth time than seeing Two Guns.
Right. Overall, the movie going experience is pretty good. We can't let it go without talking about you giving a girl whiplash in the movie theater.
She had it coming.
We are sitting in the movie theater, and what were you trying to maneuver yourself? Were you stuck? What was happening?
Okay, here's what happened. So I had gotten a small popcorn, and I had loaded it with butter. And I was sitting there watching the movie, and I was kind of doing the popcorn. My first mistake was sitting in between people because I was all cramped because I'm a big guy.
That's Randy's fault. You got to give the space seat in between.
I almost got up
Randy.
and moved away and been like, okay, I can relax, but I didn't. So I thought, I'll be part of the gang. Yeah. So I'm sitting there and I got the little bag of popcorn in my hands and it's starting to ooze butter and I'm like, I got the. So I just put it down on the floor in front of me.
Yeah.
And then. At some point, the butter started to ooze out and made the floor very slick. And so I was just kind of, readjusting my position. So I kind of stood up to sit back a little bit because my back was hurting, and my left foot just slipped, bam! And I was like, oh no! I kicked this poor lady in the back so hard, and I was like, oh my god! And she went like this, like she was in a car accident.
It looked like a crash test dummy.
It was so loud.
You should have seen the look on her face, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Her boyfriend turns around.
Yeah,
it was awkward, and of course I start laughing right away because I know what happened, but it really it was like a gunshot went off. Like you kicked it with
I should have faked an injury, immediately, oh my knee, oh.
She wouldn't have cared. She was pissed.
Yeah, no. And even after the movie, I genuinely apologized. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, I thought she was going to have whiplash, dude. She went forward hard.
Sorry, lady.
We apologize to you and yours.
Stay off your phone.
That's right. That's what you get.
It's karma, actually.
Anybody who's sitting in front of Big J, this is fair warning. You're likely to get decapitated.
That's the first time that's ever happened.
But maybe not the last. You had to put a lot of butter on that thing for it to be oozing out of the bag.
Well, because it's one of those things where some places have the butter trough and some don't. This one did, so I got overzealous and I overbuttered. I overbuttered.
It's a lesson to everybody. Don't overbutter your popcorn.
It's better than the time my wife stuck a straw in that thing and put it in there and piped it in like it was a oil reserve.
The strangest thing I've ever seen is, and she had comboed the straws together to get to the bottom of the bag to dispense the butter into the popcorn.
These are things you don't know until you get married.
It is amazing.
That's going to happen.
It was amazing what I saw. There you go. There's the podcast. Next, Elysium. Is that what we're going to do?
Elysium.
There you go. We'll see what's happening next week here on xrock.com.
Make it rain. You're my people and there's a code. You fight for the guy that's fighting next to you.
This has been The Morning After the Movies, brought to you by 2C Video Productions.